Hey, how you all doing? Milsurp Garage here. Got an upcoming project here for myself that I'm really not sure if I'm going to be able to handle. This is the Schmidt Rubin 9611, and this is what my butt plate looked like from day one. Well, not exactly, because it did come with this piece of like shoe leather or something on the back here. That's the way I received the rifle, with just this flat piece of, it certainly looks like the bottom of a shoe, with these incredibly long screws. I don't know what this guy thought he had to hold on. Phillips head screws. It's just so blaringly incorrect. If it just wasn't a correct butt plate, it wouldn't really bother me that much. But this arrangement here, where it was just cut flat with this put on, just always bothered me. So poking around on Numrich, I did tell a story back in one of my videos about balancing being patient with missed opportunity with this hobby, because that's definitely a careful balance of being patient to find what you need, or if you see something that doesn't exactly match the bill, a gun that you're looking for but it's not exactly right, be patient, because eventually the one's going to come along that's going to make you happy. You don't want to buy something and then have regret later on that you could have gotten a better one. But you also have to carefully balance that with missed opportunity, that you can't be too picky, because you could find one and pass on it and then always regret that you didn't get it. And then afterwards only find worse condition ones for a higher price, you know. So one of my things where I was patient but might have had missed opportunity was getting a butt plate for it when I saw one on eBay. And I passed on it, and then I thought, oh, I'll see another one, and I haven't seen another one ever. So, but luckily I just poked around on Numrich and was hoping that I was getting the right one, and did get the right one. It's kind of oddly shaped. It's got a you know, a bow to it, like this cupped bottom, like that, and a flat part on the top that wraps around. So now that I have this butt plate and I'm dealing with this totally flat butt now that it was cut off of, it's going to be very, very difficult for this to match up properly and be able to still fit in over the top. It's just, I think this might be beyond me. I mean, my typical procedure of just taking things slowly, taking off a little at a time, matching it carefully, just don't know if I'm up for this. I don't want to butcher it, you know, and then someone that I give it to who's a professional can't do it. And I don't even know if I necessarily have the woodworking tools to be able to do something like this properly. I don't have proper woodworking power tools or even hand tools. I just have, you know, sandpaper. That's all I got is sandpaper and a couple of bullshit files that probably aren't even wood files, you know. They're probably like for steel, you know. So so I don't know if I'm gonna make the jump to try to do this, or try to find somebody. You don't even necessarily, it's not even a question of gunsmithing at this point. It works itself into you know, woodworking, and that is the thing about gunsmithing, is that there's so much involved, you know what I mean. There's a mechanical engineering kind of standpoint to it than the actual knowledge of the guns and metalworking, and there's also woodworking involved as well, fitting wood and shaping wood and treating it, preserving it. You know, there's just so many things involved with gunsmithing. So might even be better off just removing the stock from it and finding somebody who specializes in, you know, wood, like wood furniture, or fitting things with, you know, just basically just a woodworker guy. Don't know. And you just look at it, it doesn't look horribly difficult. You know, it looks like, well, just start removing from here until it fits in, but then you're removing too high because this isn't fitting down, and then if you turn it upside down, you could match that. You could match this part, that like part that sticks out, you could match to the top if you put it on top, upside down, and you can kind of cut that out. You just don't know where to start first. It's just a quandary. But you know what? I would need this anyway. even if I were to buy a replacement stock and say like, well, this guy, whoever bought it, chopped it off, get another replacement stock. And a replacement stock, you'd have to get one that has this. It's interesting on this how it has, you see the pistol grip area, if you're not too familiar with these. You see how the pistol grip area appears to be, you know, there's like a cut here. It's because that was grafted on later. This was originally a 1896 rifle, which when they started making the 1911, I feel like I'm falling into this couch today. When they started making the 1911, they made some improvements to the 1896, and they didn't want to just junk all the 1896s that they had, because the improvements that they made were it was like basically to the bolt and the barrels, quite possibly. So, but there was enough of them that were similar that they were able to adapt the parts on. They were able to convert the 1896s to be like 1911s. Now they did make 1911s. If you have one that looks like this and it doesn't have this grafted on the bottom, that means at least the stock was an original 1911 stock. See, with these you can't look at this and just see this grafted on piece of wood and say like, oh, that's an 1896 11. Well, it's definitely the lower stock of a 96 11. That's all you're really sure of. The top wood could be from a different rifle, and the receiver itself, the barrel, the whole works could actually be from something else. You'd actually have to run the numbers, and by running the numbers, I found out this was a 1901 build date to this receiver, this barrel receiver combination. So if it was a 1901 build date, it obviously was one of the ones that they did refurbish. So a stock like this would be correct for this receiver. So you'd have to find an 1896 11 stock, at least the lower, preferably the whole thing, so that it would match. I don't think that this wood matches the rifle again. I'm not sure. I'd have to take it apart. This hasn't been apart in a long time, completely. But I'd have to take it apart and really check the wood again. Something in my head's telling me that I remember that it is, and something in my head's telling me that I remember that it isn't. And I don't know which part of my head to believe. If it was the original number, it's not the original number on the bolt anyway, but so the bolt is, now I don't know if that was during the refurbishment process. The bolts are all different anyway. I'm not sure. But if the stock numbers, the numbers on the wood actually matched, actually see there is a number back here on the wood on the top that does not match the rifle, but it's a 5-digit number, not a 6-digit number like the serial number. So it could be a low serial number numerically, or it could be that it's just a unit number or something like that. I think I remember numbers inside. And if those numbers match, obviously, it would be then a priority to try to get this butt plate to fit. Those numbers don't match, wouldn't make a difference anyway if I just got another stock. And the reason why I'm not so bent up over dropping, well, not only that, this was only $10 on numbers, this was $9.99, so it wouldn't break the bank anyway if it just had to become a spare part. But if you bought a stock, chances are it's not going to come with one of these anyway. If you found a stock somewhere, it's probably just going to come bare, and you're just going to be kind of back at square one. So at least I would have this to put on the new stock that I got. So that's it. I guess I'll just stare at this for another day and really see if I want to start doing something to see if I can get that going. If I got this to fit on there good, I'd really feel good about myself. That would really take myself up a notch in my own mind as far as being capable with doing things to these guys. But I don't know. I like it to look nice, but it's one of those things. Like, I don't mean to sound like you know, to lower the competency of anybody that's out there that does this kind of work. But it's one of those things where you have the feeling that even if you give it away to somebody and you pay to get it done right, and you go and pick it up, that you're going to be like, yeah, it's kind of fitted on there good. you know, you just kind of wonder that it's even going to be perfect if you get it done. Like, yeah, I don't mind paying to get it done if I pick it up and I'm like, I would never know that the rifle didn't come this way, you know. But if I come to pick it up and it's kind of fitted on but a little crooked and not matched up perfectly, it's going to be like, well, what the hell did I pay for? I probably could have gotten it this close, or you'd always wonder if maybe you could have even gotten it better, done better. You know, I took a really nice knife once, a really nice K-bar, and I took it to a professional guy to get it sharpened, and it was just, you know, it was just off by a hair. It was just the way it was cut. You know how they would make a I don't know exactly what it's called. Knife people would know, but it wasn't such a drastic angle to the blade. The angle was made a little bit longer to make it sharper, you know. But it was a little different from one side to the other, and it looked like he kind of messed up towards the tip. And I was like, you know what, if I had the knife sharpening stuff and I sat down here and did it, you know, I might even be able to do a job like that. You know what I mean? I'm paying you to sharpen it because I expect it to be perfect. You know, that's the whole idea between, you know, doing something yourself and going to a professional for the most part. So, we're going to kiss this puppy goodbye, and we're going to put this on like a clog for a child. And we're going to try to get a real butt plate on this Schmidt Rubin. Where the hell are you going? I guess the video's over and Charlie's leaving. So, keep you updated. See you later. Didn't end.